Do you love your photography business, but you feel super overwhelmed trying to figure out how to market and find clients? Today, I'm going to take you from confused to confident in your photography marketing strategy by doing a step-by-step breakdown of my complete marketing strategy so that you can steal it for yourself and book out your business. Ready? Let's dive in. Hey, I'm Tracy and I help photographers stay forever booked out without the hustle. Be sure to download my free guide outlining my 5 best tips for booking sessions without Facebook ads. Step 1 of my complete photography marketing strategy is to know your ideal client inside and out. This is a step that a lot of photographers skip, but one that should be a priority. If you know who your ideal client is, then you'll know where to find her and how to build a marketing strategy to attract her. Step 2 of my photography marketing strategy is to build a high converting website. A high converting website is very intentionally built. It's a website that answers your ideal clients before she even knows she has them. It's built to take a lead and turn her into a client very quickly. Let me show you. A high converting website is going to intentionally take your clients on a journey, or your potential clients on a journey. So what it does is you'll go through and you're going to notice that I'm talking about the things that I want them to know. So empowering, tasteful, classy boudoir photography session that they'll treasure for years to come. I'm already putting that in their heads. And then I talk about what they're going to get out of it. Then I talk about the session, and you can see I strategically put book your session now, as well as put the information that they need to know about their investment right there on the home page. I have some testimonials. Then I talk about my photography studio and my associate photographer, and then the blog. And then the other 2 things that I want you to see is they can go ahead and book a session and get $100 off their session with the free guide. And then I have a very clear book your session now button right there. So then we'll go to the about page. The one thing that I really want you to get from the about page is it is about the session, about what you can do for them, not about you. That is the biggest thing that I see photographers make, because they're talking more about themselves. I've seen photographers have a full about page that is like 12 paragraphs long, all about them. Your clients, your potential clients, are very selfish. They don't want to know about you. They want to know about the session and what you can do for them. So I clearly say I help women gain confidence in themselves with the tasteful, classy boudoir photography session. And then I do talk just a tiny bit about me, but not a lot about me, and a little bit about Ashley. The gallery is very intentional as well. My biggest point is, if you want to sell albums, you need to show albums. So you can see here that I have 5 albums clearly on here that they can click through so that they can start visualizing themselves in the album. I also have my personal faves and my outdoor faves, as well as Ashley's portfolio, just so that they can clearly see that she is really great as well. And then I do outdoor sessions occasionally, so they're there as well. The work with me is the investment page. And here we're just talking about why they need it and talking more about albums as well. And just kind of like right here, getting them to visualize themselves giving this to their husband or future husband, because my ideal client is a bride. And then you can recognize that there are lots of these book your session now buttons, because we want to make it super easy. Like, one of these things is going to be the thing that causes them to want to go ahead and book the session. So you want to make sure that you have plenty of book the session now buttons so that it's super easy for them, because everything needs to be easy in your marketing strategy. I talk again about the investment, some more testimonials, how the session works, and then some more reviews and the frequently asked questions. That's something that I really want you to notice, is if FAQs are on the investment page. You don't need just a FAQ page by itself. And then we have the blog and the contact page, and I'm going to talk more about blogs here in just a second. Step 3 of my photography marketing strategy is to drive traffic to your website from as many places as possible. Let me show you what could be your potential traffic drivers. So now that your website is up, what we need to do is drive as much traffic as possible to your website. So ways to do that is email marketing, SEO and blogging, social media, referrals, and events. Once they're on your website, they're going to go ahead and convert to a paid session. So some ideas with like email marketing, and the reason behind email marketing is because for every $1 spent, it's an ROI of $38. So it's just a really good investment of your time. It does require some upfront work, but in my marketing strategy, you write your emails one time. Like, let's say you do a 52 week sequence of your emails, then you don't have to continue writing weekly emails for the rest of your life. You write those once, you put them in the sequence. Once they get to that 50-second email, you drop them back to the first one, because who is going to remember that email that they got a year ago? I know I don't. So that is the strategy behind email marketing, SEO, and blogging. The reason that we really love SEO is the best clients come from Google. They have their credit card out and they're ready to invest with you, and they're ready to book because they're going to the trouble of searching. They're not just coming across it on a Facebook ad and like, that might be something I want to do. These clients are ready to book. They're Googling it for a reason. Social media, though, is good for visibility, and it's a way to let your clients know that you're definitely still around. And we've got referrals, client and business referrals. They're really good ways to book tons of ideal clients, and they're already qualified because, especially client referrals, they know how much their friend or family member that referred them actually spent. So they're already pre-qualified. And then events. I love bridal fairs, women's shows, any type of event. I love those because you can book clients immediately with some sort of special. And also I like to host events as well. It just gets your potential clients warmed up to you because they get to meet you in person. Want to book your schedule out the easy way and keep it booked out? Be sure to check out my free masterclass, The Booked Out Photographer. I'll link it in the description below. And step 4 of my complete photography marketing strategy is to automate everything. Your website and the SEO, or search engine optimization, should be implemented as soon as possible. SEO is what's going to help you get found on Google. The faster these things are in place, the faster you're going to be able to see results and book out your calendar. The other thing to automate would be your welcome sequence and your nurture sequence. I teach the photographers in my programs to automate their welcome sequence and a year-long nurture sequence so that you never have to write one again. All you have to do once those two things are implemented are check the analytics quarterly, monthly, whatever works best for you. Want my welcome sequence template that is proven to warm up your leads super quickly? You can have it. It's in my TLC shop, and I will link that in the description below. Okay, now you've automated everything that you can automate. It's time to work on your actual marketing strategy, but I want to help you plan it in a more streamlined way. Let's start with your yearly photography marketing strategy. Get out your calendar, look on your phone, look on your computer, whatever works. There are 2 pieces that I look for specifically in my yearly marketing strategy. First of all, my annual sales. Both my Black Friday sale and my semi-annual sale, they happen every single year without fail. One is obviously Black Friday and the other is in May or June, depending on what works best for you and your business. Go ahead and mark your Black Friday sale. You know when that is. With your semi-annual sale, that would be in May or June, and I always run mine on Memorial Day weekend. But some of my photography coaching clients have had better luck if they're running theirs the first or second week in June. They felt that their audience wasn't paying attention to social media or their email list on Memorial Day weekend. So they went with a week or 2 weeks later and they had massive results. So choose whatever works best for you. The other thing that I like to plan out with my yearly marketing strategy is bridal and vendor fairs. Let me show you how to find them for the year. So the way that I find bridal fairs, women's shows, is just to Google it. So let me show you what I do. Literally, bridal fair, St. Louis. You can see that I've actually been looking for it recently. So there's the off-white one. This one is the Bride St. Louis Wedding Show. This one's in Southern Illinois, but it's Columbia. That is still technically St. Louis, so I would probably look at that one March 10th. Today is, when I'm recording this, is March 8th, so may not do that one. It's a little too soon. The Spring Wedding Expo. All of those look like they would be good. I don't like that those are the only ones that's coming up. This one's April 21st. I do know these are pretty big. Definitely watch your contract when you sign up with this company, but they are pretty big. They do give you quite a few emails on the email list. So I do think that these are good, and they're pretty much all over the country. Bride St. Louis, I would just go look. So as you can see, I just really go through Google and kind of like vet them that way. And then once you find some, ask around, ask locally how many people seem to come to these, how many brides are typically at these bridal fairs, and that will help you kind of decide whether or not you want to do it. After you've found the bridal or vendor fairs you want to attend for the year, go ahead and mark those on your calendar. And then go ahead and get in touch with the company so you can secure your spot. Want more information about running a successful Black Friday sale? Check out this video. The next part of your photography marketing strategy is planning out your quarterly marketing plan. Okay, now you know what you need to do for the year, so let's break it down per quarter. For each quarter, there's going to be a few things you need to do. First, look to see if you have an annual sale or the Black Friday sale or a bridal or vendor fair that you need to plan for. If you do, mark that on your calendar and plan out when those things need to be completed. And then I like to plan out my blog post for each month. To me, I find it easier to break things into steps. So plan your content calendar for the next 3 months. That way, when you go to write those blogs or those emails, it's gonna be so much easier and quicker. The next part of my photography marketing strategy is planning out your monthly calendar. I have mentioned blog posts a couple times now, and you might be wondering why blog posts. Isn't blogging dead? So with your website, first of all, we've already talked about SEO or search engine optimization. That was for the whole site though. But another thing that's really important is optimized blog posts. These optimized blog posts are going to help you show up in Google, and they're going to help you keep your website updated, and Google likes updated websites. So your monthly marketing plan is to write those blog posts. Let me show you a few important things your blog posts need to have.
So this blog is from last year. I just want to show you a few main things that I really think every blog post needs to have. So you can see that I have an intro, then a big header like H2, I think, some more intro, and then I go to H3. Everything about my blog posts are very skimmable. That is the biggest thing that I want you to see, is how skimmable my blog posts are. Like, they can clearly see what I want them to see. If they just read these H3s, they would know what they needed to know. Bodysuits, bra and panty sets, jeans, button up. Like, if they read those things, they would know what to bring. And then I literally say, don't forget to bring. Literally everything about this blog post is skim friendly. And that is the biggest mistake that I see photographers make, is they are using their blog posts to showcase their work instead of get traffic to their website. So when you're writing a blog post, remember that the main focus is your SEO. So you need to make sure that everything about it is going to help leads get to your website. Make sure it's super clear. Don't put too many photos on here. You can see that I have like 3 total photos on here. Have a main photo and then a couple spread throughout, but then otherwise it just really needs to be more focused on the words, as long as it's skim friendly. Make sure that you put in some keywords. I think my keyword for this was boudoir outfit trends. So make sure that you put your keywords throughout, and then otherwise make sure that it's easy to skim. I cannot say that enough, because nobody wants to read anything that is super long paragraphs. Like, I don't know about you, but if I saw something that was 7 sentences in a paragraph, I would just skip it. You want to make sure it's easy for your clients to get what they need out of this and then move on.
If you don't already have your email marketing strategy automated, this is also when I would write out those weekly newsletters. Another thing that I like to do is plan out my static social media posts. And by that, I mean every day I post a single photo on Instagram and Facebook. So personally, I have all of this automated in my business at this point. I have over 85 blog posts on my website. So at this point, I'm only writing one every few months. And my email sequence is fully automated. But before I had this automated, I spent one day every single month writing out my 4 blog posts, or 5 depending on the month, and my 4 or 5 emails that corresponded to those blog posts. That's totally possible with a system. I promise it's not as hard or intimidating as it sounds. And ChatGPT is making things even easier. The biggest thing about AI though, you need to make sure you go in and take out all that fluff. The copy needs to sound like you. And of course, the easiest way to write a blog post is with a template. You can grab my template in the TLC shop, and I will link that in the description below. The next part of my photography marketing strategy is my weekly marketing plan. Now, if you do what I recommend and plan out your monthly marketing strategy, you're not gonna have a lot to do during the week. But if you don't, then you're gonna need to keep up with that weekly blog post and weekly email newsletter. And one other thing that I like to do each week is plan out reels. Those are so great for visibility, and I do 2 to 4 each week. TikTok is also helping a lot of my photography coaching clients book out their schedule. So plan out a few weekly TikToks. It's definitely beneficial. Okay, let's talk about the last part of my photography marketing strategy, and that is my daily marketing plan. To be honest, there's not much here if you planned out your strategy. All you need to do is post on your story daily. And that's not that hard, right? Don't worry about being fancy. Just show your daily life. You can show behind the scenes at the studio. You can show yourself editing at the computer. You can show your family if you choose. Remember though, your story is a story. It should have a beginning, a middle, and an end. Let me show you a few ideas.
Okay, so all of this is coming directly from my Instagram masterclass that you can see on my website. You can get access now if you want. I'll put the link in my description. But this is very important because what I want you to see is that there's a clear beginning, middle, and end to my stories. This was from my coaching Instagram. So I started with a quick engagement post. That's a very important trick about your stories is your first post of the day, your first story of the day should be something that's super engaging. I put 2 engaging posts, and then I did a quick mini training. I did a sales, and then I did like, this is what I was doing at the end of the day that day. Now, how could that work with the Boudoir? What you could do for a photography account, not just Boudoir, is this could be your morning coffee. This one could be getting ready for your session, 2 behind the scenes of the session, a reason to join your email list, or you could even go as far as like a reason to book a session now, and then the last one could be on the couch with your husband.
And that's a complete breakdown of my photography marketing strategy. Be sure to subscribe to get notified on my next video, which is called How to Book 3 New Clients This Week. And while you wait for that, check out this video, How to Set Up Your Boudoir Photography Listing on Google. If this was helpful, let me know and give it a like.
Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.